I'm Barb with First Class Yoga. Today we're going to start with our chair yoga standing. So if you'd stand behind your chair, you can either have your hands on your chair or they can just be on your waist. We're just going to go ahead and start circling around a little bit. So what I want you to do is kind of reach the hips all the way forward, all the way to the side, slowly, just getting everything warmed up. And then pause and circle it back the other way. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths through the nose, the inhalation and the exhalation, and then go ahead and bring that center. We're just going to place our hands onto our chair, and we're just going to kick back. So we're stretching out this front quadricep muscle, kicking back, breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Stretching out the front of the leg. And go ahead and bring that back center. And then still holding on to our chair, standing up nice and tall, hold that tummy in. You can maybe just use one hand or two. We're going to take this left leg and we're just going to go out to the side and draw it back center. So as you do this, taking it out to the side and drawing it back center, think about that inner thigh, really squeezing it together. Feel those abs engage, getting that leg to go out and bring it back in. And step that down and onto the other side. So the other leg goes out to the side, a lateral movement. We don't do this when we walk, so it's important to get that hip open. Squeezing those inner thighs nice and slow. It's not just extending and bringing it back. Very intentional. And go ahead and bring that back down. And let's walk a little further back. And we're going to have a nice flat back. Nice flat back. Your hands are on the back of the chair. Soften your knees. Tuck your belly button in, and now pull your hips back and really straighten that back out. Keeping your head right between your arms, gazing down to the mats or down to the floor. You can keep those knees soft. They don't need to lock. We're lengthening through the spine by keep drawing those hips back. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. And go ahead and soften those knees and bring it back. And we're going to take that right foot forward and that left foot's going to go straight back. And now we're going to dip that back knee down and up. So again, we're stretching that front quadricep. And then as we lower that back heel, stretching out the back calf. Everything's nice and slow. Finding your breath, working with the legs, keeping your chest nice and tall, and this is our last one. And then we're going to change those feet out and on to the other side, dipping the knee down and extending that heel back. And we've got two more. And bring that back center. And we're just going to turn and face and just have our right hand on the chair. Coming into a side bend, we're going to raise that left arm up. And now reach over toward your chair and bring it back. We're going to stay on this side. Reach over to the chair and bring it back. Reach over and back. Two more. Side bend, lengthen away. And on this one we hold. Reach on over, reach, reach, reach as far as you can. Now press that left foot down into the ground. Find a little more space. Keep breathing and release that back. And let's go ahead to the other side. That hand is on your chair, that right arm is up, and side bend over, and release. And reach away from yourself, and bring it back. Keep going, breathing, opening up through the side body, finding a little more space between the vertebrae. And 2 more, we're going to reach on over. And on this next one, we hold. Reach, reach, reach away. Now press that right foot down. Really feel that extension through the side body. Breathe. And release that. We're going to stay right here and just do our pendulum swing. So a little bit of balance. Hold that tummy in and look at the floor. Don't look at anything that else is going to move. And we're just going to take that right foot up and let it swing on the outside, forward and back. Nice and slow. As it comes forward, lift it up and squeeze your buttocks as it pulls back. Breathe. And we've got 1 more. And stay right there. Put both feet down. And now we're just going to raise onto the balls of our feet and lower down. Again, keep your focus on the floor. Keep that tummy in. You're raising onto the ball of your feet and lowering it down. We're working on the calf. Breathe. And here's our last one. And release that down. Go ahead and turn to the opposite side. And we're going to do a pendulum swing with that left leg. So forward and squeeze the buttocks as it goes back. Lengthen forward and back. Letting that foot just graze off the floor. Finding our balance. Maybe you don't need to hold on to the chair. Just keep your focus on your point. We call that a drishti, a focal point. And this is our last one. And place that down again, up onto the balls of the feet, and lower those heels down. And raise it up, and lower. Find your focus, hold that tummy in, find your balance, breathe. We've got 2 more. And there's our last one. And go ahead. We're going to come all the way down into our chairs now, seated. And we're going to go ahead and extend those arms up into our cactus arms. And now we're going to bring those forearms together. And as those elbows pull all the way back, squeeze the shoulders and bring them together and back and together and back. We've got 2 more, together and back and together and back. Bring them right out to the side and now flip them down and flip them up. Rotating on the shoulders, keeping your head nice and aligned. The arms are moving up and down. And this is our last one. And release it there. Stay right there and now raise those arms up and draw them down. And raise them up and draw them down. 1 more. Raise them up and draw them down. And release that down. Hands are going to be right on top of our thighs. And now we're going to drop our chin in and tuck our belly and round our back. And then we're going to inhale and pull our heart forward and arch our back. And exhale, tuck and curl. And inhale, arch that spine. Exhale, pull the belly in. And now draw those shoulder blades together. 2 more. And last one. And go ahead and release that. And let's go ahead and bring our hands together just like we're singing in a choir. And we're going to turn over to the right and bring it center. And turn left and center. It's right and center and left and center. Right and center and left and center. This is our last one. Right. Now drop your hands down. So one hand's going to land on your chair, one hand's on your leg. Sit up nice and tall. And now push your hand into your leg and turn and look all the way over that right shoulder, as far back as you can. Breathing, not holding your breath. Keep breathing in this big twist. And bring it back center. Bring those hands back together and over to the other side. Let the hands release. Sit up nice and tall. And now turn your head as far back as you can over that left shoulder. Press this hand into that outer thigh. Use the leverage to get that twist a little bit deeper. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. And go ahead and bring that back. And let's work on those hips. So go ahead and lift that right knee up and roll it around. Hip circles, rolling those hips out. And pause and circle it back the other way. And bring it back center. We're going to still have that hand underneath. You can have one hand or two hands under that knee. We're going to work the knee and extend that leg out and bend. And extend and bend. Extend and bend. And extend and bend. Stay right here. Now point those toes and flex the foot. And point and flex and point and flex and point and flex. Relax the ankle, roll it around, and bring it back the other way. And go ahead and place that leg down. Onto the other side. One hand, we're going to support it as we roll that hip out. And then we're going to pause and circle it back the other way. And now if you want to bring it back center, one hand or two hand under, and we're just going to extend that leg out and bend. Working with the knee, extending and bending. And that's our last one. And now point those toes and flex. And point and flex. And point and flex. Relax, roll that ankle out. And bring it back center. And place that down. And we're going to go ahead and inhale, raise both arms up, open through the side body, and exhale it back down. Inhale, go ahead and lift your heels up off the floor. And back down. Again, heels up, and release. Last time, heels up, hold it here, keep breathing. Release those shoulders down from your ears. And go ahead and release that down. And we're going to go ahead and extend those arms out. This time, flip those palms up. Keeping them nice and parallel to the floor. Go ahead and tap onto your shoulders and extend them out. Working with our arms and our elbows. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. And this is our last one. And then we're going to take those arms out to the side. And again, tap onto the shoulders and extend. Tap onto the shoulders and extend. Tap onto the shoulders. And this is our last one. And let's go ahead. We're going to be working with our hands, pressing the pads of our fingers. So start with those index fingers, middle fingers, ring finger, and pinky. Here I go faster. It's pinky, ring, middle, index, index, middle, ring, pinky, pinky, ring, middle, index, index, middle, ring, and pinky. And go ahead and make fists and roll those around. And back the other way. And release that all down. And let's work with our neck. So go ahead and raise that left arm up. And now we're going to drop our head toward that left shoulder and just let our fingers land on our head. Reach this opposite arm down to the ground. So gently, not pulling very hard, just have that extra weight. Stretching out the neck, reaching the other hand to the floor. And now, tilt your nose down toward the armpit. And again, reach to the floor, stretching out the back of the neck. And go ahead and release that top hand and down to the side. Onto the other side, that right arm is up, drop your head to the right, and those fingers just land on top. Reach that opposite arm down to the ground, stretching out through the neck, still breathing. And now, small little movement. Tilt your nose toward the armpit, still reaching down to the floor. And go ahead and release that. And we're just going to let that head roll all the way around. Nice big circle, nice and slow. Don't get dizzy. Lift that chin all the way up. Open up your throat. And then pause and slowly take it back the other way. Just about 3 times. We don't want to get dizzy with this. And bring it back center. And now look all the way over that right shoulder. Looking back behind you. And look all the way left. And now we're going to shake our head no. Quickly, shake your head no. Hear little crystals crunching in the back of the neck. And bring that back center. And now, keeping your head still, we're just going to pull that chin in and make a double chin. And release. So we're pushing into the back of the neck. Push straight back. And release. Straight back, pushing into the neck, and back. We've got 2 more, and last one. And release that. Keep those arms out in front of you. And now, we're going to, opposite leg, we're going to reach for those toes, and bring it back. And reach for those toes, and back. And reach, and back. And reach and back. We've got 2 more sets on each side. Here's our last set. Reach and back and reach and back. And let's sit back into our chair, opening our legs into that nice wide V. And we're going to go ahead. Actually, I'm going to change that just a little bit. Go ahead and bring those knees together. I'm going to take those knees out, but one knee is going to go out, and I'm going to reach over to the other side. So nice big angle, and bring it back. And open and reach, and back. Crossing in front of the body. One leg is out to the side. We're opening through those side bodies. And we've got 1 set left. And now I'm going to go ahead and have those legs out into the open. And inhale, sweep up. Exhale, tilt forward. Reach those fingers forward. Breathe. And sit all the way back up and release that down. This time, just our shoulder is going to lean over. Reach that right shoulder over to that left leg. And now several breaths, I want you to just breathe here. Noticing on the 3rd or 4th breath, maybe you'll notice that the chest comes a little bit closer toward that leg. Feel this big stretch through this whole right hip, allowing your chest to sink down. You've got to tuck that belly button in to create that space to allow your chest to lower toward the top of the thigh. And now push your feet into the floor and sit back up. And onto the other side, that left shoulder over to the right thigh. Tummy's tucked, square yourself over that leg. Allow your chest to relax, keeping both hips down into the chair. Breathe. Feel the stretch through this left hip. And go ahead and sit back up. One more time, a little quicker. Go over to the right, reach over, and sit back up. And over to the left, and go ahead and sit back up. And go ahead and bring those feet so close together, they're touching. And we're going to open our thighs up like clamshells. So this is working this inner thigh here. So think about not your feet or your ankles, but think about these inner thighs. We're going to let those knees go open, and then the inner thighs are going to pull it. You're going to feel it in the tummy. And open and close. And open and close. Really draw those inner thighs together very intentionally. Feel that tummy squeeze as you pull them together. We've got 2 more. And last one. And release that. And let's go ahead and lift that right knee up and step it down. And lift left and step it down. I'm going to go with the same arm, same leg today. So raise that knee up and the arm and step it down. Raise it up and step it down. It's up and down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Up and down. Last set. And release that down. Let's go ahead and we're going to make it a little more complicated doing the opposite arm. So that right knee is going to come up and the opposite arm is going to come up and down. Up and down. Opposite arm and leg. Opposites. Breathe. And one more set. And release that. We're just going to slide that right foot out and go ahead and have that heel touching the floor. The foot is flexed. And we're going to inhale, raise it up, keeping our spine nice and straight. Tilt, 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 tilt forward. And now put your hands above your knee. Tuck your belly button in, squeeze it in, and now walk your fingers below your knee. So if you need to stay here, that's fine. Keep drawing your toes up towards your body. But on your next exhale, if you can start to walk your way down, keeping your back nice and flat, not rounding it. Keep pulling your toes up. Keep on the exhale, inching your way down. Breathe. Feel that stretch, opening up the back of the knee, the calf, the hamstring. Breathe. And go ahead and walk your way all the way up. And we're going to go on to the other side. That left leg is out. Those toes are pulling toward the body. Inhale overhead. Exhale, tilt, and hands go just above the knee. Tuck your belly button in, create some space, and walk your fingers below the knee. Now decide if you need to stay here, or as you exhale, if you find a little more space, start to inch your way down the leg. So you may notice on one side you can get a little further than the other. No judgment, just bring that awareness about your body to yourself. Walking your way down when you find that space. Breathe. And walk your way all the way back up. And let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and open that right knee out and open that left knee out. And then we're going to step it back center and step it back center. I'm going to go ahead and add the arms and open, open, close, close. Open, open, close, close. Open, open, close, close. We're going to go the other way. It's open, open, close, close. Open, open. Close, close, last one. And release that back down. And let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice big hug today. Palms face me. Give yourself a hug. Tuck that chin in. Tuck your belly button in. And now round your back. Let those elbows come down toward your legs. Keep pulling your tummy in to create that space. Keep rounding your back. Breathe, allow those elbows to fall closer toward your legs. And then push the feet into the floor and slowly roll yourself back up. Remember which arm is on top, open them up, and that other arm comes on top. Drop your chin, tuck your belly, let those elbows come down to your legs. Stretching out through the middle of the back, the thoracic spine, that low back, the lumbar spine. Releasing the neck. Breathe. And push your feet down and roll yourself back up. Roll those shoulders out and roll them back. Sitting up nice and tall, we're just going to do our side bends to the floor. So reach that right arm down and bring it back up. And down to the other side and back up. Keep going. I don't want you coming forward to reach because that's a forward fold. I want it as a side bend. Just leaning over to the side, whatever amount you can, getting that side bend in, and this is our last one. And now go ahead and bring those hands up behind our head. And now we're going to add a twist as we bring that right knee up. We're going to twist and bring our elbow toward the knee and step it back down. And twist and down. At your own speed, go ahead. Breathing, nice long deep breaths. Nothing is fast in yoga. We want to work on twisting that spine, crunching in the middle. Breathe. And we've got one more full set. And bring that back center. And let's go ahead and just bring those arms straight out in front of us, and they're just going to flutter. So I want those arms nice and strong, don't have any bends. We don't want any floppy arms. We want nice and strong arms, bending out in front. Breathe. And now take them steady and open and crisscross. So whatever amount you want to crisscross, if they need to stay small, you can stay small. If you can open wide and pinch those shoulders back together, whichever one works for you. Getting that chest open, working in those arms, and bring that back center. And just shake that all out. We're going to work those arms just a little bit more by extending them out and rolling small little circles. Getting those shoulders to roll, and then pause and take it back the other way. Pinching those shoulder blades together. Breathe. And release that and bring that down. We're going to go ahead and climb a rope, climbing up. So we're opening the side body by reaching up as high as we can to climb that rope, getting all the way up. And this is our last one. And bring that back center. And let's go ahead and open our knees out to that wide one. We're going to sit all the way back into our chair for our forward folds. So those knees are nice and wide. Inhale, raise the arms overhead. Exhale into our cactus arms. Tilt forward and place the hands onto your thighs. You can choose to stay here or go ahead and round your back and slide all the way down to your ankles, letting the head dangle. And then push the feet into the floor and slide all the way back up. Again, inhale overhead. Exhale cactus. Inhale tilt. Exhale hands to the thighs and slide down and slide back up. We've got two more. It's overhead, cactus, tilt, hands to the thighs, slide on down. Slide back up, and here's our last one. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And when you slide down on this last one, go ahead and just be a rag doll and let your head release, let your hands release, move side to side, whatever you need to do, and then bring it back center and bring yourself all the way back up. And go ahead and bring those knees all the way around. All right, let's go ahead and sit all the way back into our chairs, resting our hands onto our thighs. Close the eyes, sitting up nice and tall. And today's meditation is on friendships. So I want you to go back in your memories all the way to your childhood and think about who was your first friend. Maybe you had more than one childhood friend. What kinds of things did you do to play with your friends? Did you play hide and seek, or tag, or run around the block? Did you play with toys? Was it easy or hard to make a friend as a child? Were you the first person who approached them, or did they approach you? And moving up in age, as you got a little bit older into middle school, were you in the same location as you were as a child? Or had you moved? Do you remember what it felt like to be somewhere new and to have to make new friends? Or maybe you stayed where you were at and somebody new moved into the neighborhood. Did you go and welcome that person? And move on up to your high school days. Did your friends change? What were the components that you thought most precious to you in friendship? How did you connect with others? And then as you got a little bit older, maybe you went off to college, maybe you went to a trade school, or maybe you went to work. Were you able to make any friends in this new chapter of your life? How did that feel? Did you have secrets with your friends? You confided with your friends? Did you feel vulnerable? Go back to the feelings that you had about friends. And then as you got older into your adult life, were there new situations where you made friends? New neighbors? Maybe a new location that you went to? Was it easy for you to make friends? Or were you shy and a little challenged by making new friends? And now in the present time, think about the friends that you have. What holds you together? What connects you? Maybe some traditions. Maybe some similar experiences. Maybe you're feeling a little isolated. Is there something that you could do to find a new friend? Could you at least make a phone call to an old friend? Maybe you need to join a group. Or maybe just talk to the neighbor. Think about how you feel when you're with your friends. If that's a good feeling, is there a way to create that with someone else, someone new? Maybe you haven't reached out to an old friend in a while. Can you write a letter? send a text, make a phone call. And now with your eyes still closed, go ahead and bring your hands together in prayer position and slide them together, creating some friction and some warmth in your hands. Placing those hands over your closed eyes onto your face. Bring that warm, healing energy into your body, letting it go down through the neck and shoulders, down the arms to the hands, down the chest, down the spine, all the way into the hips, down the legs, around the knees, all the way to the ankles and the feet. And with your hands still over your closed eyes, gently let those eyes open and bring those hands to prayer position, slightly bowing your head. May the light in my heart center shine upon the light in your heart center. And together we're all one in this universe. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.